Hello and welcome back. Today's project is a lace bra pattern by Viki Sews. I'll have the pattern and supplies used linked below. The lace for this project is a 9-inch leopard print stretch lace. This particular lace doesn't have a dramatic scalloped edge, but when cutting out the bra cup and band patterns, the straight edge of the pattern should align with the highest edge of the scallop. If you want to mirror your cup or band pieces, you can use the first piece to cut out the second piece, placing them right sides together. Here's the main pieces cut out. To line the bridge and armband, I'll be using stabilizer fabric. Corset mesh is another great stabilizer for lingerie sewing. To stabilize the scallop edge of the bra cups, I'll be using 1/4 inch clear elastic. For this project and most of my lingerie sewing, I love using microtex needles. They're great for delicate fabrics. Sometimes I'll use the tails of the threads to gently pull if it's having trouble getting started over the elastic. Working from the wrong side of the lace, with the elastic close to the lace edge, I'm using a narrow zigzag stitch to sew on the elastic without stretching it. Working on the darts, I'm folding the lace cups right sides together and I've got the dart sewing line marked out in chalk. I'm hand basting the layers together first before I take it to my sewing machine. Working from the base of the cup and sewing towards the point of the dart, I'm using a straight stitch, back stitching only at the beginning of the seam. To finish off the tip of the dart, I'm gently tying 2 knots. Finishing off the raw edge of the lace, I'm serging the dart seam, leaving a long tail of serger thread from the tip of the dart. To conceal the leftover serger thread, I've got the tail ends of the thread pulled through a needle and I'm going to tuck them back down into the seam allowance underneath the lower looper threads. The dart seam is then pressed flat and towards the outside of the cup. Working with the stabilizer fabric, I'm lining the back of the lace band and basting the layers together. The lace bridge and stabilizer fabric are going right sides together and sewn at the top edge, sewing with a straight stitch, back stitching at the beginning and end. I'm cutting the seam down to reduce bulk and then flipping the lace to the main side. I'm going to give everything a press using the lowest heat setting on my iron so I don't damage the delicate fabrics. Working with the picot elastic, I'm going to be using this to finish off the bottom edge of the bridge, concealing the stabilizer fabric. I'm sewing this on using a 3-point zigzag stitch. Then I'm giving it a light press and trimming off the excess elastic. Working with 3/8 inch bra strap material, I'm placing the back strap right side down against the wrong side of the lace, matching the markings and pinning into place. The picot elastic will go on the bottom band, covering the bra strap and lining. The elastic will need to be stretched as you sew, but you won't want to stretch the lace fabric. I'm using a 3-point zigzag stitch. The band is going right sides together against the cup, matching the notches and pinning. Taking this to my sewing machine, I'm using a straight stitch, back stitching at the beginning and end of the seam. Next, the bridge is going right sides together against the cup, matching the notch and pinning. Working on the next side, I'm matching the notch and the top edge. I'll be sewing both sides of the bridge at the same time, but you can always do one side at a time if you want. Back at the sewing machine, I'm using a straight stitch, back stitching at the beginning and end of each seam. Now that it's looking like a bra, we can start giving it the much needed structure. This bra pattern uses a plunge style underwire to support the bust. Working with the underwire channeling, I'm going to give it shape to match the underwire. Inserting the underwires into the channeling, I'm going to iron them using the heat to help hold the curve shape in place. Next, the underwire channeling is going to be sewn onto the bra cup. I'm aligning the edge of the underwire channeling along the seam allowance, stopping 3/4 inch shorter on the outer cup edge. Using a straight stitch, I'm edge stitching close to the underwire channeling edge. Once that's sewn, I'm trimming the lace seam allowance down to just under 1/4 inch. To prepare to sew the picot on the top edge of the bra, I'm pinning the underwire channeling and the back band strap down out of the way. The picot will go right sides together against the lace with the decorative edge facing down. Then after it's sewn, it'll be flipped up and sewn again. The elastic is cut shorter than the edge of the bra and will need to be stretched and pinned to evenly distribute the elastic over the lace. Working with a zigzag stitch, I'm carefully stretching the elastic the distance of the lace in between the pins, but I'm trying not to stretch the lace fabric as I go. Next, I'm going to trim off any excess lace fabric so it has a clean finish when it folds down. Working from the wrong side of the lace, I'm pinning the picot in place, making sure the decorative edge shows from the front. I'm machine stitching the band elastic in place using a 3-step zigzag stitch. I'm giving that a quick press. To secure the loose end of underwire channeling, I'm aligning that edge with the seam line. Working from the right side of the bra, I'll be stitching in the ditch of the bra line seam. Next, I'm going to be sewing the top channel seam, but before that I've got the bridge line marked out. This is where the channel will be sewn closed at the top. My stitching won't extend past this point. Working from the wrong side of the bra, I'm using a straight stitch to secure the top channel. I'm finishing off the center front channel ends with a narrow zigzag stitch. I go once, back stitch, and go over it once more to make sure it's secure. With the front channel closed, I'm inserting the plunge underwires through the open side, carefully working the fabric between my fingers to slide the underwire into place. I'm finishing off the side underwire channeling with a narrow zigzag stitch like before. The basting stitching I had along the armband lining has been removed. I'm cutting out 2 pieces of underwire channeling that will be for the side boning. I'm placing those over the side edge of the lining. The channeling will be edge stitched along the long edges. Using a straight stitch, I'm sewing close to the channeling edge, back stitching at the beginning and end. I'm closing off the bottom edge of the channel using a narrow zigzag stitch going across several times so it's secure. Working with Ridgeline boning, I'm going to be pressing it flat using a low heat setting on my iron. Too high of a heat setting can easily melt this style of boning. Next, I'll be cutting the boning down to size to fit within the channel. To make sure there's no sharp edges on the boning, I'm trimming off the corners and carefully using heat to smooth the top edge. I've got a pair of forceps here to help me insert the boning all the way to the bottom of the channel. To enclose the top edge of the channel, I'm taking this to my machine and sewing the top with a narrow zigzag stitch. Now it's time to make the bra straps. Taking a slider, we're going to slide that over one end of the bra strap material. The bar of the slider will be on the underside of the bra strap material. Leaving an overhang of about 5/8 of an inch, I'm folding the bra strap down to the wrong side. This will be sewn down with a narrow zigzag stitch, back stitching and stitching again so it's secure. I'm trimming off the excess under the stitching line. Taking the other end of the bra strap, I'm putting the ring on that end. Now working from the top side of the bra strap, I'm taking the raw edge and sliding that back through the top and bottom of the slider. Now that the bra straps are ready, I'm going back to the armband strap and working from the right side, I'm using a straight stitch below the decorative edge of the picot, back stitching at the beginning and end. With the back strap secured in place, I'm taking the ring end of the bra strap and looping that through. Making sure everything is the same length and that the bra strap is the right way, I'll be securing that in place with a narrow zigzag stitch, back stitching and going over it once again so it's secure. I've got a 3-row hook and eye tape I'm cutting down to size for the back closure. Carefully, I'm using a little heat to dust up the cut sides, and then I straight stitch those edges to finish it off. Working with the back of the bra right side up, the eye side of the closure is going on the left side. The open end of the eye is going to be sandwiched over the lace end with the metal eyes facing up with the main side of the garment. The end and sides will be sewn with a narrow zigzag stitch. The hook is going on the right side of the bra with the hooks facing down so they can latch onto the top of the eye. This will also be sewn with a narrow zigzag stitch. Starting with the long edge of the eye closure, I'm sewing close to the edge with a zigzag stitch. I'll repeat the process on the other 2 shorter edges. Working on the hook side of the closure, you may have to switch from a regular foot to something that allows you to get closer like a one-sided foot. This cording foot that I have on let me zigzag close to the long edge of the hook as well as the shorter edges to finish it off. To finish it off, I'm bringing the top edge of the strap right sides together at the top edge of the lace. The bra strap should overhang the lace about 3/8 of an inch. Using a narrow zigzag stitch, I'll be sewing just under 1/4 inch away from the top edge. That seam will get folded towards the wrong side of the garment and tacked down with a narrow zigzag stitch. Now I'm just trimming off the excess bra strap, and that completes this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed watching the making of this lace bra.